Two teams on opposite ends of the Sunshine State. The Jags and Dolphins are underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. On first down, it's Tannehill. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in. But when it actually does happen in the heat of battle, brings me right out of my seat.
Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
He'll get it up the middle. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Now Tannehill on 3rd and goal. Being chased out left. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Devontae Parker, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at the 20. Here's Leonard Fournette, 1,000-yard rusher from a year ago. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Here's Bortles to throw. And Austin Seferian-Jenkins has it. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Lucy. Full right. 11B. 11.
Bortles. Dancing to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. William Hayes in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield. Bortles to Cole for the Jacksonville first. On the ground, this is T.J. Yeldon. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. From midfield, here's Bortles. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. The linebacker, Stephon Anthony with a pick. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
They'll start the drive with Drake. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain.
He's going to sling this. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Kenny Stills, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins strike quickly here for 6 points. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. On second down, here's Bortles. A throw left side, complete to his receiver, Westbrook. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
Now Leonard Fournette. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Lucy.
Now Bortles throwing on second down. Steps away to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down.
11.
Throwing is Bortles. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Cameron Wake in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. And the Jaguars send out their punter. Jakeem Grant back deep for Miami. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Now this is fielded in the end zone. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And out come the Dolphins now. And, partner, let me make a quick pivot here. Season winding down. They're number 32 in offense this year. The last in the league. Where do they go?
Anywhere and everywhere, but they have to do it with a plan. And I think about Atlanta a bunch of years ago. They decided they wanted to get what they thought was going to be a franchise quarterback, and indeed he is, Matt Ryan. But they had to supplement it. They went free agency, got a running back, came back and traded back into the first round in the same draft to get a left tackle to protect him. Really supplemented that pick, complemented that pick, and went to the playoffs the very next year.
Well, maybe they can use that and carbon copy it.
Hey, 20.
Drake off the give from Tannehill. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Hey, 20.
Now a first down throw, Tannehill. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect. Back now with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Dolphins in possession of the football. They've got it 2nd and 10 to start things out. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Hey, 20. Hip.
On 2nd and 10, Tannehill. Buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go deep over the middle. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. They give him a gain of 38. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now a play fake here on first down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Parker the intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Calais Campbell in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They begin with a run by Fournette. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Let's go, let's go.
Bortles to throw on 2nd down. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. William Hayes in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year.
Hey, spread left. Spread left.
From the gun on 3rd down, Bortles forced out to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep, and that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. A big play that time for Jacksonville. 44 yards. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Bortles on the give to Fournette. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. The defensive end, Cameron Wake, brings him down.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Omaha.
Throwing now is Bortles. And it's caught. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 1st down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. A handoff to Fournette. And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Here we go.
2nd and goal from the 1.
Omaha. Bunch right.
He's going to get it running right. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. T.J. Yeldon, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are back within a score. Josh Lambo now for the point after. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And that'll make our score 14-7. Here's Lambo out to kick this one away. Here comes Grant on the return. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team, because as they drove downfield, You know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Tannehill hands to Drake. And unable to get downhill there, as he'll take this up to about the 37. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So after the penalty, here's 2nd and 3. Off play action, Tannehill. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Miami after this. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Yannick Ngakoue. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. Back deep for the Jaguars, Marquise Lee. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll run with Fournette. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Bortles to the former Jets, Safarian Jenkins for the Jags' first down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
11.
Bortles will try again on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
11. Four right.
Bortles to throw once more. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And it's fielded at the 34. Well, net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field.
They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
Tannehill on first down. Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. Calais Campbell in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Now it's Tannehill. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Third and long, it's Tannehill. He's going to look deep down the field. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's fourth down. Here's Matt Hawk now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Yeah, that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
19 seconds showing to play in the half as they come up here first and 10.
39, Lucy.
They'll start out on the ground. It's T.J. Yeldon. And a great move on the play as he takes this one past the 25. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Operating from the 27 now. Here's second and 3. From the gun, it's Bortles. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. So from the 36 now, first and 10. A final shot before half for Bortles. Going up top. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So the two teams will head to the locker rooms here in Miami with the Dolphins on top. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there, just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
380. Lucy.
Bortles now on first down. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Tannehill and the Dolphins break the huddle. Come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. Now a handoff for Drake. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Play action. It's Tannehill. He's going to let this one go deep. And the defense loses it. It's complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Ryan Tannehill. And thanks to the interception, the Dolphins offense cashes in with 6. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 21-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. And how might this affect him for the playoffs? We'll get a report when we come back. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Lucky 56.
First throw now for the backup Kessler. Left side complete. Safarian Jenkins. A Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. Just they move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
On 2nd down, here's Kessler. Caught, Safarian Jenkins, right side. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hot.
3rd and 2. Now Kessler throwing the out route incomplete. It's Cole. And he gets it down to the 48. Enough for the first. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 48-yard line.
Detroit! Detroit!
from the gun. It's Kessler. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But it looked like a Jaguar was able to cover this thing, and so Jacksonville will keep control. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity missed.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating.
Right,
You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Now Kessler throwing on second down. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. First down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A first down carry now for Yeldon. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, they've certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play, stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On the run, it's Fournette. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. A great play there. Touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Jaguars have cut it back within a score. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. The return man is Grant. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So now here come the Dolphins. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails, because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Barry Church. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
A very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. No. Check. Patriot.
The pitch to Fournette. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. but the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
No. Check. Patriot. Leopard. Detroit. Gone.
On 2nd down, Kessler. And his throw here's incomplete. Coverage that time by Bobby McCain. With that matchup, the adjustment that was made, you have a blazing guy on a blazing guy, and defensively, he won that battle.
The closing speed is the key. When you have a guy that fast and he can close at the end of a play and knock it away, that's a big deal, and we just saw him do it right there.
Leopard.
This is Fournette. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a 1st down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll go with a big back Fournette. And some room to roam now. 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great effort there. His 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And we are tied at 21. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. Here comes Grant on the return. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. Tannehill and the Dolphins break the huddle. Come up 1st and 10 at their own 26.
Hustle, we're walking. We're all walking. Hip.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He sets to fire deep. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away. But it does get away and it's 2nd down.
Let's go.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Second and 10, Tannehill once more. Being chased out left. He dumps it off to Drake. And shutting him off, now open field. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Tight right. Hey, 20. Zebra. Clay.
On 2nd and 10, Tannehill. On the right side, open is Gesicki. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Back now in Miami. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Throwing again is Tannehill. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. On the give, this is Drake. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. So 1st down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's Tannehill. Oh, no, lost the football. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did. Now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now Kessler on 2nd down. Dancing to his left. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here's a give to Yeldon. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Room to run past midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 47. Now Kessler. He goes underneath for Yeldon. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read. Better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Now a handoff to Yeldon. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
No. Check. Patriot.
From the gun on 3rd down, Kessler. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
Detroit! 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 Hot! Hot!
They'll go for it. It's Kessler. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Kessler. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. A gain of 6 there on 1st. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
All right, now,
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hot!
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And they've got another 1st and 10 as the penalty keeps this drive moving. After the penalty, it's Yeldon. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. On 2nd down, here's Yeldon. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. T.J. Yeldon with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Jaguars have moved out in front. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Hey, 20. Hey, 20.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It's a gain of 9 yards, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. To throw is Tannehill. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. It's caught. Stills right side. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That goes for a gain of 31. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gardens get together, that's what I'm...
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Hey. Got three. Three down. Hey, 20.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught by Parker for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
3:19.
Here's Kessler. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. I get and appreciate that they wanted to go for the win, not play for overtime, but that's the cost right there.
Not so sure their fans feel the same way as you when they just watch that ball get picked and taken the other way, and now they're down 6. Looks like it's going to be a loss for them, an absolute catastrophe when they tried to be aggressive.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts. Got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out.
Detroit! Detroit! Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
And he's not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. What a gut punch. That should be the nail in the coffin with those 2 points, making this a 2-score game now with time, Charles, clearly not on their side.
Yeah, I'll have to give the football away as well. Had a chance. Yeah, it was a small chance to get down the field, but guess what? This one's now just about over.
They're on to the 4th quarter now, by the way, at Bank of America Stadium in Carolina. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Another victory perhaps in the cards. They're looking as good as anybody as the playoffs draw near. On 1st down, Drake. And he'll work this one out to about the 38. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Well, I know.